Hey everyone, welcome to KSSP Podcast. I'm Spencer.
And I'm Katie. All right, so we're going to talk about volunteering. I did a lot of volunteering when I was growing up and also when I was in rehab. Like, I was kind of forced to do it most of the time, but that's okay. Um, but my two best experiences when I was volunteering was tutoring and then going on a mission trip. Now, it wasn't a religious mission trip. It was just with my school. And So I'll talk about the tutoring first. When I was in boarding school, I was required to do something to volunteer in order to graduate. Because of this, I began to volunteer my time to tutoring my peers, and it was really fulfilling to see everyone's grades improve. And knowing that I helped them accomplish that goal helped me find some meaning in my life. And as far as the mission trip goes, I went to Singapore and then Indonesia. It was pretty eye-opening to see like completely different cultures than like American culture. And we were able to connect with the people we were volunteering to help. It was really nice. Not only was it really beautiful scenery in both of these places, but the people were all extremely kind and grateful for help. And in Singapore, we spent time with peers who were living in a home together due to a variety of like circumstances. It wasn't foster care, but it was like kind of similar. And they had like therapeutic programs and stuff like that for them. And then in Indonesia, we went to a small island and we built a well. And both of these were extremely fulfilling for me. And I got to experience like just a completely different environment. And I do have a funny story here that happened to me. So we were in Indonesia and we were going on a hike, and this is on like an island with nobody living on it. It's just like an island that's there that we took a boat to take this hike. And we were sleeping there at night, so it's like pitch black, and I ended up getting sick. So I was going to like, throw up and everything because I was sick. And like as I'm just in the dark, like being sick, all of a sudden I hear like these noises. Like I hear like a snarl, and then I hear like I hear like they're like getting ready to charge at me. Like they're doing that thing with their feet where they're getting ready to charge at me. I could hear it. And so I just ran off. But yeah, they had warned us about the boars, but I didn't think they were serious. Like that was crazy.
And you didn't see it though? Or
I
you
didn't
did?
see it because it was pitch black.
Oh, okay.
So I couldn't see anything.
I was like, I wonder how big it was.
Right, it's
Too.
probably big. Maybe it was a baby, who knows. But
Yeah.
yeah. I mean I've done other volunteering stuff like picking up trash or like going to old folks' homes and spending time with people and stuff like that. But yeah, I think the two most fulfilling experiences were the tutoring and then the mission trip. So that's just my experience volunteering.
I have a question, I
Oh,
guess.
yeah.
I don't think I don't think it might be biased just from the media, but I guess I don't know if it's true. When you were in prison, yes?
Oh, I was in
Did you have to like or
jail, not
jail?
prison.
Did you yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Did you have to like go like how in movies they're always on the side of the road picking up
Oh
like
no, we
garbage?
didn't
Is
even
that
go
even an
outside at
option?
all in jail.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, I guess I don't know if they do that kind of stuff in prison because I didn't go to
Oh,
prison.
okay.
I don't think they do that any. They don't. I mean, I think there's a couple states that still do it just to like.
Is that considered
I think
like
like Louisiana or like Arizona or something like that, somewhere in the South. I think
is
they
it
do that.
forced or is it volunteer based? Do you know? I wonder.
Well, I think they consider it like work, but
Oh,
in the prison system, work means you get at most maybe 25 cents an hour. Like you're not making a lot of money.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it's
still,
basically slavery. It is slavery.
yeah,
In the
yeah,
Constitution, it is slavery.
yeah.
So in the 13th Amendment, there's an exception. So yeah. Um, but no, I in jail we didn't do that at all. Like I didn't even step foot outside once the whole month I was there.
Okay.
Like we were just in the same room pretty much most of the time.
So you don't get like a job like in prison, how you can get like a,
You really don't in jail at least, you really don't work unless you like already have your sentence. And I didn't have a
okay.
sentence. So I didn't
Um,
work. But
do
like some
prison they get jobs though sometimes? Like you can get
oh
work
prison,
leave?
yeah. Some prisons
You
like
can? Okay.
force you to some prisons even force you to work and don't pay you and just say, "Oh, if you don't work, we'll throw you in solitary confinement." Like
Okay.
that happened to someone I've met before. Like I've known someone that's happened to.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's
It's
pretty
not okay.
right that like slavery is not okay.
No, it's not.
And yeah, but we don't need to go into that whole conversation right now. We'll get
No.
into that in another episode.
Yeah. I think we talked about, didn't we talk about it once too?
We talked
Slightly?
about a little bit, yeah, but we could definitely talk about it more later.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah.
So, what are your experiences volunteering?
So for me, I would say I'm probably the same. I haven't had much experience volunteering unless it was kind of a requirement. And most of that was for like nursing school. So with that, I mean, there was a little bit of ex- like volunteering experience that I did prior to nursing school, but most of it was during nursing school. And a lot of it, so there was, I guess, trying to think. I think there's really two that stand out to me, or I guess three.
Okay.
Well, so we'll just start with them. So one of them is the Teddy Bear Den, which is I'm pretty sure it's a nonprofit where I live that helps like mother and children, new mother and children, and it provides them with resources. So basically, they get a pamphlet that then they can fill out as they're going to doctor's appointments or getting checkups, meeting certain goals, or there is like a booklet that they can get, and then they get points, and then they can spend those points at this organization on cribs. They can spend it on baby food, formula, diapers. So they can, it's basically just a way for them to be able to get those things while also encouraging them to go through with following up with those appointments that are very vital
Okay.
for the mother and baby. So that organization is just a really good organization. But what we did for them when we volunteered, part of what I did was we just kind of, because I'm not quite sure on their organization structure, but I think a majority of the people that they have helping them are volunteers. So I don't think they have a lot of actual workers. I think a lot of them are volunteers. So volunteers are important to this organization. And that might have changed since the last time I was there. But so what we did was just kind of helped like sometimes. So basically we were there in the, not really, it's not a store, but we were there in the store, and we just kind of helped people find items that they needed. And then if they had any questions, they could ask us. And then if we weren't sure as nursing students, we could direct them to like the person who was actually technically a worker there, manager at the time, I guess, I think is what it was, kind of. But so that was one thing that we did as nursing students. We could go and help, basically just be there to answer questions and help them find items and stuff. And then another thing that I didn't do, but I think one of the groups from my nursing class did do, is like a pack and play education where they teach new parents how to put together a pack and play. And then at the end of that, and they teach them about SIDS too. So they teach them just the importance of having your baby and like the pack and play and not having things around, like, you know, all the important things on. I don't know every specific thing off the top of my head right now, but just they taught important factors relating to SIDS. And at the end of that presentation, I'm pretty sure the parents who attended also got a free pack and play. So that was amazing for them too. And then, so that was one of the experiences that I did for nursing school. And then another one was, it's like I want to say something like a food drive, like where people would walk through and go through a line, and we would give them food, various objects of food or drink, basically whatever was donated, we would then hand out to people. And that was just another good experience because it kind of helps. I mean, it just helps you also feel helpful to the community in a way too. So I just think that was really helpful. And even with that one, everybody who volunteered there also went through the line. So I felt like that was a really good thing that they did, because then otherwise sometimes people may have to make the decision between, well, do I volunteer or do I go through the line? But with this organization, they let you volunteer and then go through the line, even if you were volunteering. So you don't have to make the decision between, do I need to go through the line to get groceries and food, or can I actually help and volunteer? You can do both with this organization. So I really thought that was kind of cool that they offered that. And then I would say the last one that stuck out to me probably the most was when I volunteered for Nursing Heart through nursing school. And that one, basically, we went, I want to say it might have been a week. And we went to Guatemala for that with other nursing students. I guess I was the only one in my class who went, and then I went with a couple from the other schools, and then a couple, I think most of them were actually also a grade or semester ahead of me, but then there were some that were in the same semester as me, but they were at a different campus, so we didn't know it. So I didn't really know too many of them, but it was still a great experience just getting to go, probably kind of like how yours, just getting to see a whole different community outside of America and getting to help those communities who don't have as much as we do here in America.
Yeah.
And ours was focused on nursing stuff because it was for nursing. So we did a lot of clinics. We did blood pressure. I want to say we did blood pressures. And so a lot of it was focused on prevention when we were there. So watching for blood pressure, hypertension, high blood pressure, diabetes. We did like a foot and nail clinic because with diabetics, it's very important that they're checking their feet, because a lot of times that's where you can get those, I want to say, ulcers that you aren't aware of. And then that's when, if you don't take care of those or notice those, that can cause you to lose your foot. So during that clinic, our foot and nails clinic, we were checking for like ulcers or cuts and bruises, because a lot of times with diabetes you get neuropathy where you don't feel the pain like someone who doesn't have neuropathy would, so you just don't really think to check your feet, whereas someone else who has a cut or bruise or ulcer or injury on their foot may feel it, whereas a diabetic might not. So that was something that we definitely looked for doing that during that clinic, just so that we could, I think we had to keep track of it too, obviously, and let the patient know. And then we did like we went to a school for one of them too, and we listened to like heart lung. We did that one, we did like a whole clinic almost. So that one was cool. And then there was one more. I think we did another clinic on an island area too. So there was a lot of nursing stuff that we did with that one. But I think with that organization, they also can do, like, I think they build homes and stuff too. We also built, oh, what are they? It was like a oven kind of, but it's not an oven like we have here in America. It was a different like stove oven thing, but that was a really cool experience too. So we did build something, I guess. That was cool actually. And then yeah, we went to quite a few different places in Guatemala, which was amazing. It was just a really beautiful place, I guess. Every place we went was beautiful, but there were a lot of insects that are bigger
Yeah.
than we have here in America. So I remember one time, because I was the only guy on the trip, so I always had my own room, which some people may think is amazing, but it was good, but it also freaked me out because I was
Mhm.
always like every place we were at, I was alone. So that was, and me and insects do not vibe, like I mentioned before. So there was one time, there was this moth in the room, and it was on the ceiling, and it was bigger than my hand. So I went and asked my instructor, like, I was like, can you come get this moth out of my room? And then everyone was making fun of me because they were like, oh, he just is scared of a little moth. And then they all come in and see how big it is. And then they understand too, because it was, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it was huge. And
Yeah, they
I
can
was
get
like,
big.
yeah. And I was like, I'm not, because it wasn't bothering me. It was fine, but I was like, I can't sleep with it in the room with me. I need this.
Yeah, like, what if it crawls on your face while you're sleeping
Yes,
or something?
exactly. That was my concern. I was like,
Yeah,
it's gonna move at nighttime. I can't deal with that.
yeah.
And yeah, so they came and got that
Well,
out
you
for
probably
me.
hear it coming though with how big it's
Oh no, no, no.
Mhm. Whoosh.
Uh, I didn't like it, but we got it out. So then it was fine. And then we went to this other, I think it was kind of like a resort, and it was a beautiful place. It was on water. It was on like a hill. There was a bunch of flowers and just plants, trees, little. It was beautiful. The vegetation was amazing. But that place was full of spiders, and
Oh no.
there was one that was, I'm probably exaggerating, but I swear it was bigger than my face, at least with its legs. Maybe its body wasn't that big, but with its legs, it was uncomfortable. And then just in the room I was supposed to sleep in, I just felt like there was a bunch of spiders there too, and I just
Yeah.
that part was rough for me, the insects, but everything else was amazing. And if it wasn't for the insects, I mean, I recommend it for other. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm assuming their nursing is only for nursing students. I guess that I don't know. But they do have other programs with that organization in Guatemala where you can go and help and volunteer. And I think it would be a great experience. And especially if you do get to go to that one resort, it was a really beautiful place. And I would recommend, I think their hot tub was like, I think it was supposed to be, it's not like a natural, it's like more of a natural hot tub, which was
Like a
also,
hot springs kind of tub thing.
that's what I want to say, but I may be lying if I say that.
Oh,
So
okay. Like you
I'll
don't.
have to double check on that. But either way, it's a beautiful place to go for sure. And the people there were amazing. Like they treated us with such kindness and respect. It was,
Yeah.
and obviously when we were installing their stoves, they welcomed us into their houses and cooked for. It's just a very different society there, I would
Yeah.
say.
I feel
And
like outside of America, and especially in like developing countries, like people are more in tight knit communities a lot of the time.
yes, I
Yeah,
would.
like in America, it's very individualistic, and so everyone kind of separates themselves from each other, and we don't have that same community feeling.
Yeah, I
I mean, sometimes communities can come together, but like it's not like an everyday thing.
no. And yeah, and they didn't have much I don't remember seeing like TV except in like obviously our, or no, I don't even think we had TVs in the hotel room. I don't think there were TVs at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't have them.
Not that I don't,
I
I
mean,
mean,
I
I
don't know.
don't.
I mean, some people might have them, but
Yeah, and it's
it's
not,
more
I
of a
don't think
luxury item.
electronics are the reason we don't have communities either. That's
Oh
more,
no, yeah,
I
That,
think America was just has always been
yeah,
individual,
it's
which is
because
there's,
we just really inflate the value of individualism.
and I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. It's
Yeah,
more
as long
so,
as it's a balance.
yes, and yeah, I would say because I would say being, I mean, I don't know if there's any rationale behind this, but being sometimes an introvert, I definitely sometimes feel better when I can have my own space and kind of be alone. But I also understand the importance of community and helping our communities
Yeah,
thrive, because I feel like you can have individual time, but also still support your communities and just be supportive of each other in general in a way. So yeah, I feel like there can be a balance, and it's just making sure that we strike that balance instead of favoring individualism solely, I guess is what I
yeah,
would
for
say
sure.
on that. But yeah, so it was just an amazing experience. I don't
Mhm.
know what else. So yeah, I would say that I've had some good volunteering experiences throughout my life, just with school, and I did do some volunteering prior to school too, but not, I guess, as much as maybe I would like to, I guess. But I do think volunteering just in general is good.
Yeah. So this first article is from First Financial Bank. It's 25 ways to volunteer in your community. And I just want to note these aren't the only ways to volunteer, and you can get creative with the ways you volunteer. But if you're looking for some ideas, then we're going to give you some ideas here. So let's see. You can serve soup in a kitchen. You can aid your church if you have a church. You can spend time at summer camp. So being a camp counselor, basically. You can assist your school. They have a wide variety of activities, so you can usually help with an activity you're interested in. And if you prefer to work with adults, you can be a teacher's assistant or take tickets at a sporting event. And if you want to assist young people or children, you can serve lunch or watch recess. And then there's tutoring students. You can mentor a child. So mentoring is helping a student in all aspects of life. Let's see. There's this program, Big Pal, Little Pal, I guess. It pairs up college students with children from the Boys and Girls Clubs or other homes. And then there's Organize a Summer Reading Program. And then you can donate books. Let's see. They maintain donating the books maintains the budgets of schools and nonprofit orgs that may otherwise have to purchase new books. And you can help out at a homeless shelter. You can give your time to those who are going through an unfortunate stage of life, and you can make a difference. With the older residents in a shelter, you can cook food, clean the community kitchen common room, or teach them a new language. Alternatively, you could spend time with the children in a homeless shelter by creating an art project or making cookies with them. You can visit the elderly. Yeah, because the residents of nursing homes and patrons of senior centers may not see visitors often enough and would love to have some company. The loneliness is a big problem in those two living situations. So even if you don't have a family member who lives in the nursing home or go to the senior center, you can volunteer at senior events, paint nails, read books, bring baked goods, make birthday cards, and so much more. You can assist hospitals, and you don't need a background in medicine to volunteer at a hospital. They're usually in need of healthcare workers, but you can also help entertain the patients, families, and staff. You can relieve some of the tension by playing an instrument in the lobby or by showing off Magic tricks? Okay. I've never seen that in a hospital. That's interesting.
Yeah, I've never seen that, but when I was working at the hospital, a couple of things I did see was there were volunteers who would help patients and family members find rooms, like patient rooms. And then I want to say every once in a while, not very often, unfortunately, there was a like puppy therapy type volunteer where they would bring a therapy dog through the hospital, which that was always
Yeah.
amazing to see too. But
Yeah, they used
I
to have
never saw.
pet therapy at my college when I was in college.
Oh, okay, yeah. I never saw magic tricks though. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that'd be kind of cool to see. Maybe more at nursing homes though. I would feel
Yeah.
like they'd be
And at a
easier to,
hospital.
yeah, because we can't always like wheel or get the patients out into like the
Yeah.
main
And like, I
nursing
don't think
station
every
or
single
anything.
patient wants to see magic tricks.
No, probably
That's
not,
like a
but
very specific thing.
it's a specific niche.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a niche for sure. So, number 12, you can help in a food bank. So, that's a warehouse that stores all the food to be distributed to communities in need. And the food pantry delivers the food directly to families and individuals that need it. So, this volunteer work may consist of donating food, purchasing food with a budget, and delivering food to those in need. As a volunteer, you help provide those in need with food necessary to keep them healthy. You can organize a blood drive. If you help organize a blood drive, you can actually be saving lives.
Yeah, I mean,
The
blood
blood,
is needed, or at least I know
oh
the
yeah,
last time I heard about blood, we have a shortage.
yeah. The blood that is donated at your drive will be waiting in a blood for those who need it, not the other way around. So consider working with others to see if you can organize a blood drive. Donate unwanted items. Some people are not fortunate enough to be able to purchase every item at full price. These people head to shelters or thrift stores to pick up items necessary for everyday life. Donating items that are unwanted or no longer used is a great way to help out your community. The gently used coats, blankets, and shoes in the back of your closet can make a big difference to others while cleaning up some of the clutter in your home. So I think an extension of this, like if you don't want to deal with like a non, like another a company or something or a nonprofit or whatever, if you don't want to donate specifically to them, you can. There's people who do this. You can like go on Facebook Market or Craigslist or whatever and just say, hey, I'm giving out this stuff for free, so contact me if you want it, you know,
Oh yeah,
like instead of going through a company that's going to possibly charge them depending on which
yeah,
one you go to. So, yeah, you can volunteer in an animal shelter. Like, what? Have you ever wondered what can I do to volunteer in my community that doesn't involve people? Yeah, I feel that sometimes. Yeah, you pretty much just play with the animals and like you help feed them and take them on walks and all that stuff. And this is an interesting point, I think. But helping the cats, dogs, and other animals become more sociable and friendly to humans will increase their chances for adoption.
okay.
So that's a really good benefit of volunteering at an animal shelter. You can help with building homes. You can coach a youth sports team. Gift Christmas presents. Operation Christmas Child, I guess, is a great organization that allows families to put together shoe boxes of gifts to send to less fortunate children overseas. Any fun items or necessities you pack into the shoebox can be sent over. This is a great way to help others without having to travel yourself. So, common gift ideas, stuffed animals, crayons, coloring books, chapter books, and many other hygiene items. You can maintain the environment. Let's see. Yeah, so planting trees in your neighborhood. You can adopt a section of the highway to clean up the roadside ditches, things like that. And then package meals. Yeah, so the meals provide nutrients for the people who receive them. So No Hungry Kid and Orphan Grain Train are some organizations working to end world hunger one meal at a time. I don't really know what you do with packaged meal. I don't know if you package the meals yourself or if you're just donating money. I'm not really sure. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, you can assist with voter registration. Yeah, and you can help out in your local library. So you get to organize books while finding new books to add to your to be read pile. If you like working with kids, you can help young children by teaching, reading, and recommending books to them. Libraries can offer many different activities to engage children and help improve their cognitive skills. You can support Red Cross. They help with disaster relief, blood donations, and more. So, Red Cross volunteer provides experience in the medical field and allows you to help those in need. They respond to disasters nationwide and help communities recover. It may be difficult to see devastated communities, but you could have a part in helping them recover. Let's see, give back to local foundations. Your community likely is a local foundation that helps support community members, schools, and businesses. The foundation might host events, fundraisers, and other contributions to improve success in the area. They often seek volunteers through Facebook pages, posting flyers, or activity fairs. You can give back to the foundations that aid your community. Then the last one is play at the YMCA. You can be interactive with children and act as a role model for them. You can volunteer in your area of interest. If you enjoy working out, you can teach a class in the weight room. If you enjoy sports, you can coach an athletic team. There are many opportunities to help the young kids while staying fit yourself. So yeah, those are 25 ways to volunteer. And then this next article is everything you need to know about volunteering. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But working for free, you say, who would want to do that? Well, lots of people choose to donate their time to the betterment of others. When you don't have the money to give, then your time is often as valuable, if not more so. So, all right, we know what volunteering is, but why is it important? No matter your position in life, it always feels good to give back. Not only will you be helping those less fortunate or working to improve the environment, you will at the same time improve your well-being too. Human nature requires us to help. We are a social species and need to interact with others and see that our efforts boost others. There is a financial price attached too. It's thought that the value of volunteering to the United Kingdom economy is about 22.6 billion pounds. I think that's billion, BN.
I think so.
Yeah. It must be important because 22% of the population of the UK volunteer each month. Yeah. Why do people volunteer? For some people, it's a chance to give back. There may have been a time when they needed a lot of support and guidance and received it from others who chose to volunteer. Due to this experience, they may feel that they should offer this same time to others too. There may be an innate desire in the individual to make a difference to the people around them. To be involved in useful work is essential to some people's sense of what is right and just in the world. However, it's also acceptable to want to volunteer for personal reasons too. Volunteering allows people to gain skills and experience in sectors where it would be difficult to get a job without it. When you volunteer, you work alongside experts in the field and as such learn valuable lessons that cannot be gained in any classroom. Volunteering is an important route into employment, and if you're looking for a career change, this could be the way you start that process. When you volunteer, you will feel valued and a part of the team. You will spend time doing work that is different from your daily grind, which can be so crucial to your well-being. If you are shy or struggle with anxiety, volunteering can help you gain confidence and boost your self-esteem. So, the personal benefits of volunteering: improve self esteem and a sense of well being, connects you to others, an experience that can be used on your CV to help you enter the jobs market, an experience that can help facilitate a change in career, a change to work side by side with experts in the field and develop skills and understanding not available in the classroom. It can act as a direct route into employment, and maybe what starts as a voluntary position turns into a paid job when you prove to be invaluable to the work of the organization. And you can have a lot of fun. And remember, it is fine to benefit from the act of volunteering. True.
Yeah.
There are few selfless acts in the world. Even if we do good with no hope of benefit in return, we feel good about the action of volunteering and our sense of self-worth increases. This boosts our emotions, or this boost to our emotions is just as much a benefit as improving your CV and your employability. It's a win-win opportunity. How to volunteer. You need to decide what you enjoy and what will be productive and enjoyable experience to you. You should also think about why you want to volunteer. Once you've explored all these issues, you then need to start searching for opportunities. There are so many volunteering opportunities available that you may feel overwhelmed. Therefore, you can narrow your search by deciding if you want to work with adults, children, animals in the local environment, or other areas of the world. You may determine if you're going to work alone or as a part of a broader community of volunteers. There are also other essential considerations such as what skills you have and what causes are important to you. You may want to start by seeking opportunities with more than one organization. What might feel like the perfect option for you may turn out to be a poor fit. I don't know why there's a question mark there. It's okay. Let's see. And then it goes on to say that you might be interviewed for your volunteering post. But diligence is vital in volunteering as it is in business. Because the organization is asking you to represent them in their work. And you may even need to manage money. So, yeah. There's many things you could be asked about in an interview. You can volunteer almost anywhere. To get the most out of volunteering, you need to ask questions. You need to make sure the experience is right for you. Do you believe the values of the organization, and do they make a difference you want to see? If they offer training, will this help you achieve your personal ambitions and career choices? So asking questions will also help you to know what to expect. If you are to enjoy the experience, then you are going to need to feel comfortable. If it all feels wrong, then make a change and try a different organization. So at the beginning of your volunteering experience, you need to treat it similar to starting a new role in a new job. You'll need to know specific details such as where you should go, when you should be there, what you should wear, what equipment you'll need, what hours you'll be working, and how you can be successful. So volunteering can lead to a paid job role. Once your foot is in the door, you could become the natural candidate when the organization comes to employ someone for a paid post. If you have the qualifications, you have experience in the industry, and they know you work well in the team, it would be hard for them to overlook you for a position. In competitive sectors, this is often one of the most useful ways of gaining paid employment. So there are skills volunteering can give you, including skills related to your industry sector, teamwork, leadership skills, problem-solving capacity, the ability to be adaptable, communication skills, planning, prioritization and time management skills, and sales, and so many more. And there's said to be a soft skill crisis. In other words, companies are complaining that people coming into the workforce do not have the qualities needed to succeed in today's world. There are a lot of computers that can complete hard-skilled tasks now, and most of the work available to us is based on what makes us distinctly human, which are the soft skills. That's what makes you distinct. I mean, that's what that means. And therefore, we need to make sure we are good at what it takes to be human, and most of these are about working with people and for the good of other people. Volunteering is the perfect environment within which to learn these skills. So yeah, that's that other article.
Okay.
And that was NCC, What to Know About Volunteering, and that was a UK organization, I believe. But yeah, that's everything I have for today.
I think it had some good advice. I just didn't like the concept where basic but I don't know if it's different in the UK. But just like the unpaid internship is almost what it sounded like it was promoting too. Like a
Yeah,
company abusing volunteers to then offer them a paid job maybe in the future. But I don't know, they might have been talking about like nonprofits maybe, and then if
yeah.
they eventually have a job opening and if you want to
Like I
work for
think
them, that's different, I guess.
when I
Maybe.
think it was kind of like in that other article what they said about Red Cross, where like it can help you gain the medical skills so that you can get a job in the medical field. I think I that's kind of what I thought they were talking about more.
I
But I
guess I
guess
can
you could
see
also see
that.
it from the angle you're saying too.
I guess I can see that. But I mean, even with medical field, depending on what you try to go into, you still need to have like a degree in it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't think
I guess it depends what kind of job you're getting though.
yeah.
Like you could
But
volunteer and become a tech, I would think.
yeah, but you don't also don't need to volunteer to become a tech, but you
Yeah,
can,
I mean
yes.
that's true, yeah. But
And even like the skills I feel like it'd probably help you with doing stuff like that, like emergency, like helping with
mhm.
natural disasters would probably be more paramedic related, but you still
Yeah.
have to go to like a schooling type program. They won't
Yeah,
just,
you still
or
have to go through a
maybe,
program to be an
yeah.
EMT.
I don't think they'd let you just because you have Red Cross. I guess I don't know for sure, but that would
Yeah,
seem a
I'm
little
not 100%,
odd.
but
But
I think they're talking about more jobs in the organizations, though.
that makes sense then.
Yeah,
As long as they're not abusing these volunteers just to not
right.
pay people, but we're gonna trust them. We're gonna trust them, maybe
Yeah.
a little bit. But
I mean,
yeah,
personally, I guess I feel like there are some I mean, I understand why some stuff is volunteer work, but then there's some stuff where it's like, I mean, this should just be a job. Like, it shouldn't be volunteer work.
yes,
Like, there should
yes,
be something we're actively hiring people to do and spending money on so that it gets done.
yeah, I agree with
Instead
that.
of just hoping somebody volunteers and like taking advantage of somebody.
Yes, that was my only caveat to that
But you could
article.
say that
But
about a lot of volunteer work, though.
yes, but I think volunteering can be good as long as you're not letting them take advantage of you either. Just as we wouldn't let or want anyone to take advantage of us, don't let someone in the name of volunteering take advantage of you either.
Yeah.
The only other things I guess that I had was that I feel volunteering, and I think some of this stuff is probably going to be very similar to what you read in the article, but just helps build community, helps you to feel part of your community.
Mm-hmm.
It can help you learn more about your community and the people in your community because you are actually there connecting with them and helping them and just
Yeah.
getting to know them, learn about them, and they learn about you. And it's just good for everybody involved, I feel. Another one was like the article mentioned developing new skills, and it can be
Yeah.
anything from building if you're volunteering with building houses, or like you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned, the Red Cross, learning a few medical knowledge skills. And there's a bunch of different, and I personally, I didn't even think of all the different ways that you could volunteer until we went over that other article too. So it is really interesting to see all the different ways that you can offer to volunteer and all the skills that you can learn from those different
Yeah.
places.
And I
And
think,
then,
yeah.
oh, no, you can.
Sorry. Yeah.
You know,
Just
you're
another,
good.
while we're talking about the topic of ways you can volunteer, I think another way you can volunteer, a lot of people don't think about or overlook maybe is like with different kinds of hotlines, like with
Oh,
people who
yeah.
need help. Like you can volunteer your time to help people, whether it's, just support hotlines basically to help support
Yeah.
people.
Like the suicide ones and like
Yeah.
those ones. Okay.
Yeah, like suicide or ones for like, like LGBTQ people are struggling or,
Okay.
people of color are struggling or, whatever the
Yeah.
organization is focused on.
Just got to look into them and find them, I guess, and
Yeah.
make sure that they're legit and good and all that. But
Oh yeah.
do a
Which
little
you should do
research.
with
But you should do that.
any
Yes,
organization volunteer. We should make
yes,
sure that it's a good cause.
yes. And then I was gonna say, if you volunteer for an organization like we did, it lets you sometimes get out of America to different communities, and it helps
Mhm.
diversify you. I feel like is a very important thing that
Yeah.
those further reaching volunteering can help diversify you and bring you into communities that you don't see naturally and where you live normally, and it just helps you to see different perspectives and
Yeah.
learn different ways of life, which is we should all be doing that too. I think again diversity is an amazing thing. It just helps us become more well-rounded people too.
Yeah. For sure.
And then I think like you mentioned, building self-confidence and self-esteem, just getting out and being more interactive with your community is good for that. And then I think mental health can also be helped by that. Some mental health can be helped just again because the community aspect. Community is just a really important aspect that I do think can be lacking sometimes in
Hmm.
America, but that's just something we got to work on. And
Yeah.
volunteering is something that can help that. Another one that I saw was it can help give you a sense of purpose. And then another thing that you kind of mentioned too, or the one with the ways you can volunteer, like the YMCA. A lot of volunteering can be physical, so that can help
Mhm.
just with your overall physical health as well.
Yeah. Or even if you're just like building something, like
Yes.
a house, or like when I was building a well, like
Yeah.
that was a lot of physical work.
I think
But
our
it's good.
stoves were too. So,
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
yeah. we gotta I don't I don't think it was two. I think the bricks were already. I don't remember now. I don't think we had to do each individual. Maybe we did. Either way, it was a great experience. So
Hmm.
I didn't really have much complaints about it. So I guess if we had to move each individual brick to build those, then that was fine because it was a great experience.
Yeah.
But and maybe we didn't even move the bricks. I don't remember anymore. But I'd have to go back into my brain and try to pull or go through pictures because I know we took pictures of it all.
Oh,
So then I would be
I
able to see what we did too.
I had like 700 pictures on my camera
Yeah.
of my mission trip, and then my car. It was in my car when my
Oh,
car flooded, until the camera got
that's
ruined, and I
that's
lost all those
annoying
pictures. Yeah,
and sad.
it was sad.
Because did your mom? You went with your mom, right?
Yeah, I went with my mom, and then like a few of the other girls in my class came, and their like one of their parents would come.
Did they have any pictures or no? Maybe.
Oh, they.
Or
I'm sure they have pictures,
okay. Like,
but
did your mom take pictures?
I don't think she took them any
Oh,
pictures.
okay.
So I was the one taking pictures.
Yeah, that's why you gotta take them. Or because you had your phone, didn't you? Or no?
Did I have my? I I think I don't think I have my phone.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I have my phone privileges yet. No, they.
Then that
Yeah,
makes sense why you had a camera instead of you taking them on your phone. I
yeah.
guess.
Oh, that would have been way better because I still would have probably had them.
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, they're always up here, right? Maybe
Yeah,
should be kind of maybe not as vivid, but
yeah. I mean, I just think about there was like a hammock on the beach there, and that's like
oh,
my happy place. It's just thinking about
that
that
yeah,
in
that
Indonesia.
would
That
be
was
nice.
beautiful there.
Is there a lot of vegetation, like forest or
Yeah, there's a lot of like
whatever?
tropical
Okay,
vegetation.
that would be nice.
Like yeah, like we were hiking like a tropical forest. That was
Were
cool.
there a lot of insects there, or that you saw?
I didn't even tell this story. You know what is really funny though? I
What?
so there was one of the guys on the who was leading the hike. He was like, "Oh, you we can eat a termite just to say we ate a termite." I was like,
Oh,
"Oh, okay." And then we ate like we just said, screw it, we're
you
gonna
did?
yeah. And you know what it tasted like?
What?
It tasted like weed.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird. It was freaky.
What? Ew, was it alive?
Yeah, but
Okay. Did
it
it crawl?
I mean, I chewed it,
Oh.
so it wasn't crawling because I crunched it up.
Oh, no, no,
It
no.
wasn't crunchy now, but
So it was saw. Ugh. Okay. I mean, that's amazing that you did.
like, it was so tiny though, like it wasn't even a big deal.
Yeah. I mean,
It wasn't like a big bug or anything. That would have been gross. Or like, oh, how people can eat worms. Like, I don't get that.
it's amazing that you tried that though too. That you were able to try that. I don't know if I
Yeah,
could, but I feel like it shows that you're open to trying new things, and that's a good
yeah,
quality to have. I just
yeah.
don't
Because
know
I
if I
wasn't the only
could.
one who did it. Like, there were a couple of us
Yeah.
who did.
Did your mom do it?
No,
No.
I don't even think she was there at that point.
I just don't know if I could stomach like just the thought of it is what would get me, I
It
think.
did freak me out at first because I was
Yeah.
thinking about it crawling, but then it didn't really
Uh,
crawl that much. So
yeah. That's that's that was with the same time the not the same time, but
that
the
was the
same
same
trip as the
day.
boar.
Yeah,
Same day.
yeah, it's the same day.
Maybe the termites family told the boars to watch for you after that.
Yeah, they said get our sweet vengeance. Get us our sweet
like
vengeance.
like that elephant that attacked that lady. Did you hear about that?
No.
This elephant trampled this lady, and then he went to her funeral.
Oh, the
I don't
elephant
know.
did?
Yes, and then I think he
How
trampled
did he
their whole
know?
town.
Oh my god.
Because I've heard, I think what I saw is that elephants have really good memories. So whatever
Yeah,
she
because
did
I
to that
mean,
elephant,
well,
she
yeah, because
pissed him off.
there's a lot of people who like abuse elephants. You know,
Yeah, so I'm not saying it wasn't justified. I'm just saying
maybe
it's
it was
kind of
justified,
crazy that all that he literally went to her
right?
funeral and trampled her again, trampled
Oh, wow.
her deceased body.
In the yeah,
Hey, but I'm not
I don't
saying you
know.
weren't justified, elephant. I don't know what happened, so
Yeah, that's between you and her.
that's yep, and the whole town, I guess.
And yeah, true.
But uh, yeah, elephants are interesting. I guess yeah, I didn't know that about elephants though. That's kind of
What, that they have
interesting.
good memory?
Yeah, I
You didn't
didn't
know
know.
that? I thought that's what
No,
elephants were like known for.
I I guess I don't know elephants then. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about though.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think that's all I had for volunteering then. It's just a good way to help out your community and other communities if you can just find good organizations to work for and work with.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
But otherwise, if there's anything you guys want us to talk about in future episodes, just leave a comment below.
Yeah, you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And we also do some Twitch live streams occasionally. So watch out for those notifications.
Yes, so to make sure you get those, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Otherwise, we will see everyone next time.